everybody, Natasha Wilkinson here, your independent Scentsy consultant from Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia. If you're new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So there has been a tag going around the YouTube community called the Rapid Fire Home Fragrance Tag. So I thought I would participate and give you my answers on this one. So let's delve into it, shall we? So number one is candles or wax melts. So for me, it is definitely wax melts. The reason being, before I joined Scentsy, I was a candle user and I did enjoy going to the monthly markets and picking up homemade fragrance candles. But then I ended up at the same time with a young toddler and a new kitten. And from then on, candles in my home was just a non-negotiable thing. With a kitten and a toddler, I did not feel safe with candles, and that's when I decided I would go a different route with home fragrance and try and find something that was a little bit more safer. And that's when I found Scentsy and actually became a Scentsy consultant. And during that year, let's just say, between the cat and the child, I had, in my first year of joining Scentsy, 3 warmers and 4 warmer lids get smashed in my household. So that just gives you an indication of, yes, I did have waxidents I had to clean up, and yes, I didn't enjoy the mess that waxidents made, but if they were candles, there would have been little fires everywhere. So for me, definitely now, wax melts over candles. Second question was woodsy or fruity scents. So I am 50-50 on this one, only because I am a very seasonal melter. And being a very seasonal melter, in summer I tend to steer towards the fruity scents. In winter I do tend to steer towards the woodsy scents. Saying that though, if I had to pick one or the other, my Scentsy club, if I were to look at my Scentsy club, it would definitely be more woodsy over fruity. And I don't know if that's just because in Australia, our autumn, winter and our spring, summer catalogue, it always has a plethora of fruity scents we can choose from, as opposed to woodsy scents. Our woodsy scents, our spice scents and our bakery scents here in Region 3 Australia, that part of the catalogue is always very scarce. And I'm not a cologne person, and a lot of the cologne scents also come under the woodsy category. So my woodsy scents for me are more the true woods, out in the tree scents, the teak, the cedar wood, the more deeper wintry woodsy scents, not the cologne scents. But as I said, I'm 50-50 because I do tend to be drawn towards the more fruity scents in summer and the more woodsy scents in winter. Am I a spring, summer, next question, am I a spring, summer or a fall, winter person? So for me, again, I'm a seasonal melter. So I go through spring, summer and fall, winter just as evenly, but I am drawn more towards the fall, winter blends. Again, looking at my club, I club more the fall, winter blends, the rich bakery, your spice scents and your heady woodsy scents. So my scent profile is probably drawn towards more fall winter, even though I do really enjoy spring summer scents in spring summer being a seasonal melter. So next question, hot plates or Scentsy warmers? I've never really had a hot plate. I've had tea light candle warmers, but I've never really had a hot plate. So for that one, it is definitely Scentsy warmers. The next question is vendor wax or Scentsy? Now, I'm definitely a Scentsy girl. I have tried vendor wax from both here in Australia, and I have picked up some vendor wax from overseas and had it shipped here to Australia. But I'm definitely a Scentsy girl, mainly because in my household and my experience, I do find Scentsy wax is easier to change out, easier to clean, and I'm all about rapid change out and rapid cleaning with my changing out. I don't want to fiddle with cleaning dishes, and that's how I like the ease of the Scentsy wax. And I do find in my household, as much as I do enjoy vendor wax, and I do purchase vendor wax for certain blends that I can't get with Scentsy, like a lot of coffee blends and things that you can't get here in Australia, I do find Scentsy wax for me, I don't have to change out as frequently as I do vendor wax. As good as it smells, I do find it doesn't last as long in my household. The next question, would you prefer to buy multiple smaller size wax or loaves of a scent you love? So if it's going to save me money, I do like the idea of loaves or bricks that we get with Scentsy, but I don't like the cut and chop. So again, this is one where I am 50-50, because cost-wise, if I'm saving money and the bigger things are going to save me money, I can see the method behind it. But again, I'm all about quick change out and break-in, so it really depends on my mood with that one, to be honest with you. I could do either or with that one. Okay, least favorite scent note in a wax. So for me, I'd have to say it's laundry. I can sometimes find laundry scents to be very sharp and astringent to my nose, and even pure sometimes citrus scents can give that sharp, astringent, sour note to my nose. So unless they're mixed with something like coconut or a sweet floral or a fruity scent that adds a sweetness, those notes would be the notes that are least favorite. I can't do them by themselves. They need to be added with something sweet. And then I do find actually if they're added with something sweet, then I really do enjoy them. Most underrated scent blend. I think here in Australia, now this is going to, I don't know that I would call it underrated, but I think it's not looked at as much as other scent notes here in Australia, and they're your spice scents. I think because we are a warmer climate here in Australia, your fruity, your floral and your fresh tend to be more popular here. And I think the spice kind of gets overlooked a lot here in Australia. The last scent you warmed. So that would have to be Halloween Town from the Nightwear Before Christmas collection with Scentsy. The last scent you brought. So I think the last thing that got shipped to my door was the Scent of the Month kit, which is next month, Scent of the Month. And it Blue Skies and Bergamot, I think it was called. So, which was a fresh scent. So it's a toss up between that or the the scent collection that just got released recently. I ordered them around the same time. So the new Disney scent collection with Mirabelle, Bruno, and the name's just escaping me. I will have to pop it up above here. It will come back to me probably when I'm halfway through this, but the new Disney scent collection that just got released with Scentsy. So it's a toss-up between that and last month's scent of the month. I think, get them at the same time. Do you double bag? So no, I don't double bag. If I'm buying vendor wax, I'm usually just storing them in what they come. Do you store by vendor or season? So I store by season because I warm by season. So I definitely do store by season, and I change them out each season into my little boxes and put the next season away. But I also at the same time store by fragrance categories, and I don't just have the 7 fragrance categories that Scentsy have. I have extended the list. So for instance, I have bakery based vanilla, bakery cherry, bakery in their own drawers. So I store by season and by category at the same time. Top 3 favorite scent categories. So my top 3 favorite scent categories are bakery, spice, and I'd have to say, depending on the season, this is a bit of a cheat because it kind of makes it 4, but depending on the season, I would have to go either floral or woodsy with the next one. But bakery and spice are definitely my top favorite too, followed very closely by floral or woodsy depending on the season. Blend or single note? I think I'd have to say with that one a blended note, only because sometimes I find single notes, as I said, something like laundry or just a citrus by itself, sometimes feels like it needs something to soften it out. Strong throw or soft and subtle? I'm a strong throw girl. I have to have the scent punch me in the face, but saying that, I do enjoy sometimes a soft subtle if I'm just wanting a humming background scent in the bedroom and that. So I do enjoy soft and subtle, but I'm definitely steering more towards a strong throw. The next one, morning or evening melter. So I change my wax out in the morning to basically enjoy it through the day while I'm at home, or if I'm off at work, I can come home, I can open the door and be welcomed with a beautiful scent. So for me, it is definitely a morning thing. Name the first 3 scents that come to mind. So apple butter frosting, Halloween Town, Jack's Obsession. Fresh linen or sweet bakery. So for me, it is definitely sweet bakery. What is a heartbreak scent you can no longer get? So I did have it in my club, and when I was doing a Scentsy Club edit, I accidentally booted it out by skipping one of my clubs, and it came up orange, which usually means that you can skip it and you're safe. But for some reason, I don't know if there was a glitch or if I had skipped it and it just didn't recognize it in the system, but that would be Crumb Top. And that's a scent memory for me, so that would have to be my heartbreak scent. I am kind of clinging on to my last couple of wax bars. I did warm one recently, but I think I've still got 2 wax bars of that left, and I am kind of hoarding them, which is stupid because you should be warming your scents. You shouldn't be hoarding them just because you can't get them. But Crumb Top is definitely my heartbreak scent. Next one, do you melt the same scent all over your home or change it up by section? So I definitely change it up by section. Usually my main living area, which is open concept, it consists of kitchen, lounge room, and then flows into another little room that doesn't have doors, which is the office. That usually has one scent. Sometimes it has alternating scents. The kids' room usually has its own scent. The bathroom and laundries usually share a scent, and my bedroom bathroom usually has their own scent. Do you track what you have been warming? Yes, I have a couple of different trackers. I'm still trying to work out which one is best for me though. Do you try to dupe or buy the OG? I think everyone would like the OG. For me, it is definitely the OG scent. The next one. A scent you didn't expect to love, but now you do. Pink cotton for me. So there is a story behind the pink cotton, if you've been watching along with me for any amount of time. When I first became a consultant and got my testers, I always smelt the sharp linen notes that I didn't love. And then I lent my testers to a customer one day. It was the middle of summer. They melted a little bit in her car, and that berry scent came out, which I couldn't smell before on cold. And I got the tester bag back and I'm like, what was this scent that I really, really love? I have never smelt this scent before. And I was rifling through the testers trying to find where this scent came from. It turned out to be pink cotton. As it warmed, those other scent notes came through. So that, I think, was the first time it really dawned on me that you need to try a scent warm before you basically discount it, because sometimes scents on warm smell totally different than they do on cold. And from that moment, I actually fell in love with pink cotton. Okay, seasonal melter or mood-based melter? Definitely a seasonal melter. The only time I kind of go out of season here in Australia, our Halloween and our Christmas is spring, summer. But if I'm dressing up the house in a festive mood for a festive occasion, that's the only time I kind of steer and become a little bit more moodal, is Christmas and Halloween, because I want a warm Halloween scent in Halloween and I want a warm Christmas scent at Christmas time. But apart from that, definitely a seasonal melter. Scentsy Club or stock up all at once? So I'm a Scentsy Club girl, and I have kind of worked my way around the hacks that have been going around. So I like that I can store the scents I like without losing them and get them as I need them. So, bonus questions. Scents that make you relaxed. So for me, scents that make me relaxed are anything that basically has a buttermint or a lavender in it. They're the ones that I like to warm in my room, that just make me feel nice and relaxed, and nostalgic scents. So the two biggest nostalgic scents for me are Lush Gardenia. Lush Gardenia to me smells like your actual double gardenia tree, straight out of the garden, which my grandmother had outside her mobile home. And you'd go up to her house and that's the first thing you'd smell would be her Lush Gardenias tree. So that's very nostalgic for me. And the other one, as I said before, was Crumb Top, which is my Heartbreak scent, because it smells like my grandfather cooking porridge after we'd been visiting my grandparents' place. And there are a couple of other questions here that Elizabeth Scentsy sent through in her tag. So one of them was, does packaging influence your purchases? So I think it does a little bit influence my purchases. And I think that comes from my marketing background with my studies that I've done with university, where we've learned about point of sale, where you make things look pretty and presentable. People are basically more likely to buy it if it's sparkly, if it's colourful. It draws your attention, your eyes get drawn to it, and you're likely to look at it. And the same with names. And I think that's a big part of packaging too. Anything that's got a attractive name to it, or a name that again draws your attention, I feel like you're more likely to look at it. Do you hide or display your wax? So mine's in my cupboard. If I'm using it and it's out, I don't mind a little bit display, but I have it in my cupboard because it's dark, it's cool, it's not going to melt in there, and it's just a storage place for when I'm ready to basically use it. So that was my rapid home fire fragrance tag questions. Anyone that hasn't done it, I'm going to tag, because I think like this was a fun thing to do, and getting to know what people's preferences are with home fragrance. Until next time, stay safe and bye for now.